Let the galaxy burn.
Hi guys, Skypoint here. So I'd been trying out an Alpharius traps deck, and although it was a lot of fun, it wasn't very good and I fell pretty low down the ranking and almost fell out of Mars. So I switched over to my main Alpharius deck and I started having win after win after win after win after win after win after win. So I just wanted to run you through some of these videos and let you see Alpharius Harrowing in action. So we're going to begin with a match against a Kharn player who was ranked around 2300. Let's see how this deck did. Alright, so I started off with Pale Spear in my hand and Lectitio Divinatis, and that's not a bad hand for a Pale Spear attempt, because after you played Pale Spear, Lectitio will cause an extra 2 damage. So I was actually pretty happy with this, so I kept this hand. I figure in my first couple of turns I'll just be trying to draw cards with Alpharius' ability. Let's turn on my secret identity.
This is about victory.
There we go, I am Alpharius. And then let's draw a card for Kharn and copy it myself. Mortars. That's not great for me because my deck doesn't use that many troops, so whenever Kharn eventually plays those mortars, that is going to hit me for 4 damage. There we go. Anyway, Kharn plants his face into me twice and successfully hits himself, so... Well, he hit me once with his ping and once on himself. Okay, the Thunderhawk gunship comes up next, which is okay. And I'm getting more Lectitio Divinatises, so I'm pretty happy with that. Ooh, Kharn plays the Brawn Veterans. Luckily, Kharn pings the Veterans once. And let's see. Oh, he hits himself. Alright, well, that's fine, except they are now up to 4 attack. Not super great, I don't really have much which can deal with that, so I'll hit them while I can, while they're at 4 attack. And that was it for my turn, I couldn't really do anything. So he attacks me. He plays the trap, so the next unit I play will die. But luckily I'm not planning on playing that many units, and now look at my hand. It's getting big, and now I can play my Pale Spear, and I've got both orbital bases in hand, although usually that doesn't help too much, because once you play one of them, the other tends to go hide in your deck. So he plays his land speeders, and he plays sweeping advance on them. So he's feeling pretty good now. He's got a big health lead over me, like 9 points of health. He then swoops in to hit me more, although his ping hits him, so he's down to an 8-point health lead. Hits me one more time, and he hits his trap, but his trap has 6 health, so he can take it. Alright, so now it's time for the Pale Spear to kick in. So we're going to do an orbital base first, because I had lots of cards in my hand, and I'm hoping to either get a Lectitio Divinatis or ideally another orbital base coming up. Okay, I got both Lectitios and the orbital base. That's pretty handy. There we go, look at all that damage pinging in on him now. So that 8-point health lead he had, well, it's disappearing fast. Now he's 1 point behind on health. And I can drop my second orbital base as well. 6, 7, 8, 9 points of damage to him next. Unfortunately, I can't play anything else now, but still, this was fun. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and okay, it was 7 points, not 9. Alright, over to his turn, and now he's getting much more nervous about attacking me. So out pops his second sweeping advance, and he goes and does a whopping 6 points of damage to me. But he's nervous about attacking again. Okay, but he's got a strike and fade. Takes me down to 5 health. And he's not, with only 4 health, he's not doing anything. So I ping him once with
I am Alpharius.
By drawing a card, I switch to one of many, and that pings him for another point of damage. My secret identity pops out, which is draw a card, so he gets 1 more point of damage. Ooh, and Lectitio Divinatis, which will do 2 more points of damage. There we go. Draw 2 cards. 1, 2, and it's bye-bye card. Okay. There we go, game. So that's where Orbital Base has really dominated him in that match. He went from an 8-point health lead and over 20 health to being pretty severely harrowed by Orbital Base. Alright, next up was going to be a battle against Narak Drager. So Drager's little party trick is that he draws vehicle cards and makes them pretty powerful. The starting hand was bad. I've got the first turn, so Melgater's pointless, and the Harrowing's a late game card, so let's put it away, and this is way better.
We are Legion. Loyalty in iron.
So, I play my secret identity as always, because I want to make sure my Omegon card pops out, and I can start using Alpharius' ability in turn 1 to begin filling up his hand. There we go. So I get Dradenor squad, and their stick is that they produce bunkers. Alright, and I play my fleeing populace so that if he kills it, I start to fill up his hand more. He sees that trap, he's not going for it, he's just building up vehicles. So I do not want him popping out bunkers like crazy. So I play my Ghost Legionary for 3, which is a bit risky. The Iron Hands can actually deal with Ghost Legionaries easy early in the game because they have their little card which destroys any unit with an attack of 3 or less. And unless you buff your Ghost Legionary straight away, he doesn't be killed by that one card. In this case, he attacked it with a Precision Bombardment and then his Warlord. He didn't do it the other way around because otherwise he would draw a card and that starts to set him up for the Harrowing. Okay, I just copy a card. And now I play my Dradenor squad over here. And let's just do Electricio Divinades, mostly to start filling up his hand. And also I was starting to run a little bit low on cards. He drops a Rhino. Oh, another Ghost Legionary. This is actually handy. Watch this now. Play the Ghost Legionary. Attack with the Fleeing Populace. And then, so that causes a card to get drawn, and that buffs Ghost Legionary. Take out his little Rhino with Alpharius, and then for 2 energy, create a bunker with these guys who I copied, the Dradenor squad. So my Ghost Legionary should now survive till next turn. Yep, there we go. And actually, conveniently, my Dradenor squad doesn't take much damage. And he's used up all of his actions just destroying that bunker. Saboteur squad I believe coming up next, because it's always helpful to put the enemy really far behind on the energy curve. I'm not attacking with the Ghost Legionary just because I'm hoping it will survive till the next turn. Okay, superior firepower, he destroys the bunker, and then he's taking out the Ghost Legionary before it gets too strong. But it was already pretty strong at that point. With 5 health, it was pretty dangerous. His second Dradenor squad now comes out, and I like to ideally get the Hydra's heads out if I can. Especially with a bunker protecting the Hydra's head, it has a pretty good chance of making it to the next turn unless he has one of his vehicle removal cards or high damage cards. Which he doesn't. He brings out a sieging squad, so these guys will, if they survive their siege, they deal 3 damage to everything. That's not great, so I want to get rid of them pretty soon. So time for the Dradenor squad to go down. Use Alpharius to take those guys off, and this way my Hydra's head stays alive, and I can drop a second Hydra's head and really start working through his deck pretty fast. Here, let's draw cards. Already you can see his hand is full, so he couldn't do anything. He put some barricades in play. That's not a great move at this point because I've got the units to easily wipe out his barricades. But alright, it looks to me as though either time for a Harrowing, or alternatively Autolon score can come out now and stun everything. Then I can Harrow next turn. Ooh, double Harrow. Oh, that's even great. Double Harrow and lots of stuns. So Autolon score comes right now to stun all of his units. And with a nice full hand, he's drawing his cards and it's not doing anything. So he plays his little Dominator dudes.
We knew
and he does something clever now.
This is not a war you can win your way.
He plays Decimation, and Decimation triggers Dominators. So he's got a full hand of cards and they're getting extra powerful now.
I am Alpharius.
Alright, it's time to wrap this up now. Look at all those cards getting drawn straight into his hand, so that feeds the Harrowing. Board wipe, and he's down to 0 health, which triggers his Survivor, and on score can just That was a pretty comfortable win. Okay, let's see who's up next. So, after Narak, okay, we're going to ignore bots because bot fights are boring. We went up against Perturabo and Iron. So Perturabo can be a bit trickier because of his little ability. Again, these cards are not great for the first hand, so I'm just replacing them and seeing what comes up. That's much better.
We are Legion.
So again, I get my Fleeing Populace straight away, which is great. So reveal myself as Alpharius, draw a card, and then play Fleeing Populace. There we go. Ooh, Extra Tres, that's handy for heals. The Fleeing Populace goes down. Now normally when I'm Perturabo, I will always spend the first turn loading my ability. I don't like the way this guy played. He destroys the Fleeing Populace, and that draws an extra card into his hand. Ooh, great, Pale Spear. Let's put out Extra Tres for now. It's going to be too easy for him to destroy the Ghost Legionary if I played that one now. It would only have 4 health, and he's got, between his Warlord and his little unit, enough to take it out. Plays a vehicle. He's got pretty strong board dominance going on over here right now. Okay, 4 energy. So, destroy his little barricade. We play the Ghost Legionary now. And heal my Warlord up. So to destroy the Ghost Legionary, he's probably going to have to attack with either 2 of his units or his Warlord. Okay, he went with losing both of his units. That's fine. Ooh, that's a clever move. These guys at the end of his turn will do 2 damage to one of my random troops, which, because I've only got 1 troop with 2 health, means he wipes out my little Extra Tres. Alright, it is time for Pale Spear. Ghost Legion with Siriaris Squad could have also been a good move here. That would have produced a pre-buffed Ghost Legion, because it would be 3-4 during my turn and 4-5 during your turn.
You do what you must to win.
Okay, so he hit me with his ability, so now he's got a 6-point, now a 5-point lead. Let's do this now. The Siriaris Squad, and we're going after the Ghost Legion. We'll buff the Ghost Legionary. He takes an extra point of damage when I draw a card, and the Ghost Legionary is going to be nicely buffed up now. Mortar Strike. That hits the Ghost Legion. No, it hit me. Okay, so he's got a 7-point health lead over me. A 10-point health lead over me. So he's actually in a pretty comfortable position right now. Okay, great. Harrowings are coming up. That's always helpful. For now, I'm just going to make the Ghost Legionary stronger by copying a card. I could play Virus Bomb right now and finish off his healing dude, but I want to keep packing his hand full and give him lots of threats to have to deal with. There we go. So he loads up his Perturabo ability, and he plays a Defense Satellite. Ouch. So the Ghost Legionary he can now kill with his Extra Tres. Okay, well, that's fine. I am probably going to take another hit. Ooh, no, I'm not, because I have the Thunderhawk now. I also have an Orbital Base, but I'm going to save that for a finishing move later. Let's stun him so he cannot use his Warlord ability. There we go. So that's going to protect my little vehicle for longer. No, he drew Rack and Ruin, which can destroy my vehicle. Alright, well, my vehicle's going to die next turn. No, he has a Precision Bombardment for destroying it instead. That's fine. By destroying it with Precision Bombardments, he draws another card, and I've got Harrowing coming up next turn. Wow, okay, yep. So I'm not playing Autelon Score because I know he can use Rack and Ruin and his Warlord ability to destroy Autelon Score in 1 turn. Because Rack and Ruin will do 4 damage, his Warlord ability would do 6 damage, so that'll be 10 in total. Ooh, Tyrannicos veterans. If I don't kick these guys fast, they can turn into real brutes. Okay, so it's going down nicely. Let's try and deal with the Tyrannicos veterans. Damage them a bit right now. And then we can use his virus bombs against him. So that should deal 4 damage to him. Unfortunately, to me as well. 2. I would have been more worried if he was loaded. Right now, there's only one particular card combination which he could use to beat me. It would have been a Racket plus Contrador. Looks like he didn't have it, so I was actually quite lucky I did that. He loads up, so he will kill me next turn, except I have my Pale Spear orbital base.
We knew it would come to this.
There we go. Draw another card. I could orbital base him, but you know what? I've got 8 energy.
This is not a war you can win your way.
So let's heal myself first. 5. Reveal myself as Ingo Petch to do 1 point of damage.
Hydra Dominatus!
And this was a little bit stupid, but because if I got Alpharius, then I would not have won on this turn, although I would have had enough health to survive. But okay, there we are. When I reveal myself as Arnelius Dynet, I'm going to do 1 more point of damage.
Harrowing is coming.
And that's all. Alright. So that was the match against Perturabo. Let's go into the next match. So that was Perturabo. Next is another Karn. So again, I start with the initiative. Autolon Score is not a great card for the first turn, but Siriaris Squad is great, so I will
We
take
are
that.
Legion.
Nice, and perfect. Reveal my secret identity.
This is about victory.
And
True
this time I
victory.
play Siriaris Squad. So generally, if I have Siriaris Squad in hand, I tend to play that one first, as opposed to using the Alpharius ability. See, he's already wasted like a 3 damage card on a unit with 2 health. His extra point of damage hits me, and he attacks 1 more time. And the extra point damage goes on him. So we still have a 5-point difference between our healths. Alright, not much to do here. I'm going to throw out Ghost Legionary as a defensive move. He's probably going to have to attack Ghost Legionary twice in order to kill it. There we go. That extra point of damage goes on him. So now he does that. Oh, look at that. I've got an 11-point health lead on him now. Alright. Ambassador Melgator, pretty terrible for right now. Let's draw a card. Can't do anything. This is a great turn for me, but with an 11-point lead, I can afford one. He attacks me again. 13-point health lead. That's why I don't like Karn. He's really random luck dependent. Okay, that's a good move by him. These guys are going to do 2 damage to me every turn. I'm going to drop my Hydra's head for now. And there's no point attacking those guys. I can't kill them on 3 health. Ooh, that's a good move. Okay, well, good thing I didn't attack those guys. They died anyway. Strike and fade. Okay, he draws himself a card. Because he destroys a unit with that. Alright, now I do something which I felt was devious but turned out to not be super smart. Watch this. So I attack with these guys and stun Karn, and then I play an alpha order because I'm looking at those guys with 4 attack and I'm thinking they're stronger than my little defensive guy. And so I'm hoping that he thinks it's a gamma order, he's not going to attack me, and he falls into my trap. But then it turns out my trap is not a good idea. Watch this. No survivors. 2 damage to everything on my side. Everything which dies gives a mark of chaos to one of his units. So he took my guy and made it super strong. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Alright, what do I do here? Okay, I can compensate by trying to stun and both of his guys. So hopefully he's not going to do much damage. Now he does something really stupid. What he should have done is unstun his 6 attack troop and use that to attack me. That would have been a devastating turn. Instead, he's looking at his health and he's worried, so he plays his high alpha to heal up his warlord and unstun him and do nothing else. Alright. That guy with 6 attack is looking so dangerous. I don't want to mess around with him right now. Let's heal myself over here. And let's copy a card. Abandoned supplies. Oh well, that works. Next turn I can do the Harrowing and hopefully win if he doesn't have too many cards left. There we go. Okay. Board's starting to clear up. He still has 8 cards in hand, which is not ideal for the Harrowing. Oh, and he's continuing to heal up again, so he's up to 15 health. So that health gap is closed up pretty tightly. He's only 4 points behind me. Okay, I was a little not the greatest time for the Harrowing, but that guy with 6 attack was too dangerous. I also know that he has Gorechild in his hand. I'm just sort of surprised he never played it yet. Maybe he had more pressing concerns. So. His little speeder with sweeping advance, because that's what world leaders do. Ouch. 4 points still. And a 3-point lead. Getting narrow. Okay, what do? Attack him directly. I can stun him by becoming Omega, and that builds up my health pool as well. He has no unstunning left instead. I can put him behind on the energy curve, and I can draw a card. Hydra's heads. Ugh. Alright. Over to his turn. He takes me down to 10 health. Mortar Strike, that's a really good move here. It's a good thing I used an Aegon to heal up, otherwise it would have been pretty much over for me. And another Mortar dude, and luckily that hits my guy and not my Warlord. Okay. One of many. Heal up again. Up to 10 points. Turn into Armorless Dynat.
Harrowing is coming.
Ah, the card which I need to win now. 4 points of damage. That was a little bit lucky, but I would have been improvising pretty hard otherwise. That was the win against Karn. Let's go to the next game. That was Karn. Next was against Horus. So Horus has high initiative, so he's always going to start before me. The starting hand was pretty ugly, nothing I could possibly play in turns 2 or 3, so I'll get rid of the whole thing. Marginally better.
History will be made.
At least I have a fleeing populace which I could use here. So, as per usual, reveal my identity, copy one of his cards, and drop the fleeing populace.
This is about victory. True victory.
Reveal myself. Chariot of the Gods. That's pretty good. It can deal with some tough stuff. Fleeing populace gets dropped. Over to Horus. For his second turn. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Alright. So this guy would normally reduce the cost of the next Chaos card to be played by 2. So let's stun him so he cannot use that ability. And get him set up for killing. Okay, so it looks like this Horus was a transformation Horus. He's going to try and turn into his War Master form. He gets rid of the fleeing populace, so I cannot use it to destroy that 4-1 fire cultist very easily. Also, he draws a card that way. So, I've got to get rid of the Dark Engines here. I want to get rid of these guys more so because they generate taints of chaos. I'm just gonna go hit Horus though. I'm not wasting 4 damage on one of these guys. I've got so much healing in my deck that I can take 4 points of damage and not feel too concerned. Defense Satellites to wipe out my ward. That's fine, that's a good move. And then he attacks me again. Great. So he's got 7 points of health more than me. Next comes Hydra's Heads. Now if he has Outflank, he can destroy this in 1 turn. Let's see. Well, he's hitting it with Chariot of the Gods, and then is he going to slam Horus's face into that thing? No, he didn't. Okay, so everyone gets a card. Okay, perfect. Saboteur squad will put him behind the energy curve. Seriara squad will draw a card for everyone. Ooh, Pale Spear for me. Yes, please. And then I'll turn it over. Oh boy. He's gonna, I should have really hit that cultist with, my Possessed Rhino. Oh well. He gives them a Mark of Chaos. Luckily, it's not a Mark of Corn, or I'd be really annoyed. But he generates a new Mark of Chaos from that attack. Alright, 7 energy turn. Pale Spear's got to come out. It's also a good time because I can sort of clear up his board pretty easy now. There we go. And next turn with the Lambda Thunderhawk, I can stun Horus and any units he plays. There we go. And he gives them a Mark of Slaanesh. Yee. And he gives them another Mark. Mark of Nurgle. Okay. He was hoping to give them a Mark of Disease. You can never control the marks you get. With Mark of Disease, that guy would turn invisible and just sit there being a card generator. Alright, let's destroy him first. And now that I have the Pale Spear... Okay, well, let's copy a card out of his deck. And now that I have Pale Spear, I can do Orbital Base and do a bunch of damage to start closing up this gap. Oh yeah, look at that. That's so much better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I drew Electricia Divinatis, which will be an extra damage as well if I play it. Nope, went over to his turn. Okay, he plays Davenite Cultist guy. He plays another one of these marker generators. I was kind of hoping for the Harrowing at this point, but can't have everything. Here, let's just drop Mothron Sword to stun the board. And let's see if we can bait out any of his destruction tactics. Oh, his hand is full. He can't do anything with that. Ha. Okay. Okay, looks like he didn't have outflank. That's rare. Chariot of the Gods. Oh my god, is he actually going to destroy Autolon Score in one turn? Oh yeah, look at that. Quick fire as well. So he did 9 points of damage to Autolon in one turn, which destroyed him. But at least that took up his entire turn. He got nothing else really done at all. Alright, let's drop the veterans and start stunning Horus, because I'm kind of worried that he's going to transform into the War Master form at this point. He's had time to play a lot of Chaos cards. His ascension into War Master Horus is coming. Oh, his hand is still full. Nice. Okay, there we go. He becomes War Master Horus, but he is stunned, so he cannot use his ability
War
from
Master
that yet. 24 health though, he's closed up that gap. Ooh, he's ready to destroy the Hydra. Yeah, although he lost his own little guy there, so it's not all bad. Quick fire on these dudes. He shouldn't have another quick fire. I think it's over. Yeah, that's over. Okay. So, what next? Let's make sure Horus stays stunned, because otherwise he can use his ability, which is deal 3 damage and stun things, to begin locking my Warlord up. Play Ghost Legionary, and we're going to play Electricia Divinatis to give myself more cards, to damage him because of his spear, and to buff the Ghost Legionary. May as well attack. Alright. So back to his turn. As he draws a card, the Ghost Legionary gets stronger. There's that outflank. Destroys the Ghost Legionary. He only has 5 energy left, so he can't play a super powerful unit. Although these guys come in with a Mark of Slaanesh. Couple of things I can do here, but I'm just going to go with the Harrowing. I'm hoping he drops a Malagurst, and then I can use the instrument on Malagurst to finish him off. Alright, let's
We
see what
knew
comes up.
it would come to this.
Oh, he's stunning me. There we go. There it is.
This is not a war you can win your way.
And what? Oh, he pulls out a Slayer of Worlds with 15 health. But very unfortunately for him, he's got 2 health.
I
The Slayer
am
of Worlds does
Alpharius.
15 health, and I have the instrument. Hoisted by his own petard. Alright, so that's the win against Horus. Couple matches left for this video. One against Abaddon and one more against Perturabo. So let's do the Abaddon video first. So this is actually a pretty good hand to start with. I'm happy with it, so I'm going to keep this one.
We are Legion.
81.
For the War Master!
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, what was the point with this one? I guess he's had bad experiences with Alpharius. I was wondering why I couldn't remember that fight. The last one is Perturabo. Okay. Not a great hand to start with. Orbital base is only useful if I have Pale Spear first. This is much better.
We are
Legion. The Siriara squad. Perturabo is low initiative, so he always goes after Alpha Legion.
This is
So
about
turn into
victory.
Alpharius
True
and play
victory.
my Siriara squad. There we go. Draw a card for me, draw a card for him. Okay, he goes with the usual defensive first move and takes out my Siriara squad. That's fine. My deck is not usually based on direct damage, so yeah, everyone gets to draw another card again. Ooh. Perfect. Null Veteran. That'll be useful soon. Okay, his second turn is I don't know why people would not load your Perturabo ability as soon as you can. Honestly, it's even more useful than Decimation. Alright, well he's not going to get a chance to load his Perturabo now. There we go, let's stun him. And pull that out and drop a Fleeing Populace. If I'm really lucky, I'll get Ghost Lechery next turn, and I can use Fleeing Populace and Ghost Lechery as a combo. Precision Bombardment, I'll take out my Null Veteran, but that causes him to draw a card, which feeds me. Ficticio Divinatus. No, so we're gonna go with Hydra's Head instead. And I'm not attacking with anyone. Oh, so that's what happens after he plays Decimation. Those guys get really strong. There we go. He takes out the Fleeing Populace and draws a card. Ooh, another Hydra's Head is possible here. Yes, it's just such a threatening card. It forces him to deal with stuff. Now everyone draws more cards. That Alpharius attack was stupid. I should have just gone straight with the Rhino instead. Ooh, this is not good. That's just given every troop in his card +1 on both of its stats. And that has just done the same thing. So his hand of cards, which is pretty full, is super strong now. On the other hand, I've got the Harrowing, 2 Harrowings, which should allow me to deal with stuff which pops out soon enough. Let's go ahead and stun him first. And then what we're also going to do is stun his Decimator. And that's it. I'm not going to do any more attacks. I'm just trying to save up with the units in my hand. Wow, look at those guys. Ooh, and look at those guys. Holy moly. 5/5. That's from Decimation and the Decimators. Okay, better start stunning stuff. Stunned all of those. I actually should have destroyed these guys before I did the stun, because that way I would have stunned these guys at the end too. Let's just send them back into his hand instead. And that of course forces them to lose their buffs too. Okay, Harrowing's coming, so we're going to be trying to weaken Perturabo as much as possible. Ooh, look at that. 8, 9. Ouch. Fortunately, I have ways of making this work for me. We're going to use the instrument first to stun them and do damage to him, and then after that, I think this Rhino's lip costs its usefulness. We'll just get rid of those decimators, but not too much. And with his board kind of stunned, yeah, there we go. Make sure his hand is full. Can't draw any cards. Oh, these what were these guys? Tyrant Terminators. But his units have massive amounts of health, but his hand size is really big. So with the Harrowing, all that health doesn't save them. One more turn and I can harrow and win here.
We knew it would come to this.
Alright, so I hope this video gives you a taste now of why this Alpharius deck is so powerful. I've got so many decent win conditions kicking off there, be it Orbital Base or the Harrowing or some of the other cards and combos. So I just love playing this deck. It's one of my go-to decks. I'm just really wondering how it's going to do against Space Wolves, but I think the only way to find out is to eventually go ahead and just play that. So one more week, we'll see how this thing does against Sons of Rus. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, and you'll get notified when the next videos go up. I think later today I am going to be trying to make a recording of my traps deck, which is a lot of fun when it works, but unfortunately it just doesn't work most of the time. But we'll see if today's a lucky day or an unlucky day. Alright, anyhow, stay tuned for that, and see you guys later. Bye for now.